We are 1 year away from what's expected to be a highly contested 2022 midterm election.
All eyes are on Wisconsin as the battleground state prepares for two high-profile races. CBS 58's Capitol correspondent Emily Fannin takes a deep dive into what's at stake for both parties.
November 8th, 2022, Election Day in Wisconsin. No one can predict the outcome, but most can agree it will likely be another nail-biter. While Wisconsin has been deeply divided for years, 4 of the last 6 presidential elections were decided by less than a percentage point.
We really are, the battleground of the battleground states.
Democratic incumbent Governor Tony Evers is vying for a second term. His victory in 2018 over then-Governor Scott Walker broke the Republican stronghold after their party maintained control for nearly a decade. Political strategists say Evers' strength is his record, being the one who can block Republicans' agenda like restricting access to abortion and banning critical race theory.
Evers' best argument is he's the goalie, that he's the check and the balance. I think that's what's desperately missing in Washington, D.C. right now, is there is no check and balance.
UW-Madison political science professor David Cannon says, on the other hand, it will be difficult for Evers to tout his accomplishments. Many policies Evers campaigned on, like raising the minimum wage and Medicaid expansion, were rejected by GOP leaders.
It's really hard for the state legislature and the governor to agree on much of anything. And so it really will be more of a combination of here's what I would have done, had I been able to get things done, and here's what I was able to stop.
Evers' approval numbers are down from 50% to 45% in a new Marquette University Law School poll. While still a majority of voters approve of how he's handling the pandemic, 53% of respondents say they rather vote for someone else. This sets up a challenging political environment for Evers, who will be on defense to Republican attacks. Right now, that's GOP frontrunner Rebecca Clayfish.
Tony Evers pick winners and losers in our economy. That is weak leadership.
Clayfish's platform so far consists of rebelling against COVID-19 mandates and reforming election laws. The former lieutenant governor has been on the campaign trail the longest, but one key endorsement she's missing is Donald Trump. President Trump is instead encouraging former Congressman Sean Duffy to run for governor.
Trump's not on the ballot, but Trumpism is. And we are still seeing a lot of these candidates for office embracing the kind of extremism that he is known for.
But Trump's impact in elections could be changing. A prime example is Republican Glenn Youngkin's victory in Virginia's governor's race, a state President Joe Biden won by double digits last year. Youngkin accepted Trump's endorsement but rarely spoke his name while campaigning. It's a strategy the Republican Party in Wisconsin is taking into account.
It's not about alignments with this person or that person. It's about each individual and what they plan to do for the voters of this state.
Wisconsin's U.S. Senate race is also attracting national attention. U.S. Senator Ron Johnson is one of the most targeted incumbents in the country. While Johnson has yet to decide whether he'll seek a third term, the Senate race has already attracted more than a dozen candidates, a majority of them Democrats. Cannon says Republicans want Johnson to run, but if he doesn't, that leaves little time for a Republican to build a campaign.
The fundraising, the ad people, all of the other people it takes to run a big statewide campaign, you can't put one of those together overnight.
Johnson's indecision is having an impact on other potential Republican candidates. Marine veteran Kevin Nicholson, who ran unsuccessfully in the 2018 U.S. Senate race, launched a video for his nonprofit, which is evidence he wants to run. But Nicholson hasn't decided whether to run for U.S. Senate or governor.
His indecision is ultimately hurting his potential for either race. I think he's got to make up his mind and either get in one or none.
Capitol correspondent Emily Fannin reporting. Keep in mind that Wisconsin will hold its primary ahead of the November midterms on August 9th.